Morning, Houston police are searching for 3 men who broke into this home and then beat up a woman inside.
This happened just a couple hours ago in southwest Houston. That's where Janelle Fort is live for us this morning with the story. Janelle, any idea who the police are looking for at this hour?
Police are saying they're looking for 3 armed masked men, possibly driving a dark Toyota. Now, here's what we're told happened. Around 3 this morning, the 50-year-old woman who lives in this house, she was driving home. As she pulled into her driveway, another car pulls in behind her. Those 3 masked men hop out with their guns and begin attacking her. Now, her 70-year-old mother was inside. She heard the commotion and called the cops. Somehow that woman was able to get free of the guys, get into the house. Then those men break a window and try and get in after her. But somehow she's able, while she's inside, to grab a gun. She comes out shooting. That scares off the men. They hop into their car and get away. Now, that woman was taken to the hospital with a jaw injury, and those suspects stole her wallet. Now, police say they have no idea why this woman was targeted or this house was targeted. And at this point, they don't think this is random, but investigators are trying to figure out this now. Now, they're not sure if those suspects were hit when that woman came outside and began shooting, but they are checking area hospitals to see if anyone shows up fitting these descriptions. Guys.
All right, Janelle Fort, thank you so much for that live update. New overnight, a Houston police officer spins out and crashes into a center divider on the North Freeway. This happened on I-45 in North Houston just before midnight. A sedan broke down after hitting a mattress on the freeway. The officer tried to avoid that sedan, but instead lost control and slammed into the divider. Both drivers are okay.
It's 4:33. Leon Jacobs' attorney is already planning his appeal. A jury sentenced his client to life in prison for trying to have his ex-girlfriend killed. A slight head nod was the only reaction that the former doctor had after learning his punishment in court. It came after some chilling testimony from Jacobs' ex-wife, who says he threatened to kill her and promised to make sure nobody ever found her body. Prosecutors say the community is much safer with Leon Jacob locked up.
Oh, I think there's no doubt that had he been allowed to remain among us, that at some point he would have killed someone.
Jacob must serve 30 years before he's eligible for parole.
The co-owner of Schlitterbahn Water Parks and Resorts is in jail this morning. Jeff Henry is charged in connection with the death of a 10-year-old boy at the company's Kansas City location. Caleb Schwab was killed in 2016 while riding what was promoted as the world's tallest water slide. According to the indictment, Henry helped design the giant water slide, even though he had no technical or engineering credentials, and that he reportedly set a rushed timeline for its construction. Henry was arrested in South Texas. Schlitterbahn says it plans to fight the allegations.
The woman who helped end segregation in American schools has died. Linda Brown, she was just 9 years old when her father, Oliver, tried to enroll her in an all-white school in Topeka, Kansas. Brown versus Board of Education was a landmark case for the Supreme Court back in 1954. Linda Brown was 76. KHOU superintendent is responding now after a classmate accused him of bullying back in middle school.
He spoke about it at last night's school board meeting.
Ultimately, I'll be judged by one person. Yes. And that is God, my Lord and Savior.
He's getting both criticism and support after denying he was a bully as a child. It got us wondering, do you feel like bullying is worse now than when you were a kid? Let us know at khou.com/vote now.
Our Michelle Choi joining us now with the mounting backlash the superintendent is facing over all this. Michelle, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. You know, there's a lot of mounting tension about this. You know, some students, parents, and those here in the KD community think that these accusations are enough for the superintendent to step down, while others are actually more supportive of him. And those mixed reactions apparent during yesterday's board meeting when he addressed the community for the first time about this. Now, check this out. Some parents were seen holding signs yesterday, chanting outside to #StopBullying, while those inside were much more supportive, clapping, and the superintendent even getting choked up at times for the support. Now, this all comes after last week's bombshell allegations against him during a board meeting by this man who claimed Hyde bullied him 35 years ago. This video has since gone viral, and while yesterday the superintendent addressed it, saying he was shocked by it and that by no means is he perfect, but he didn't once talk about the man accusing him. Instead, he chose to focus on bullying prevention programs at his schools.
We've got a great school district And I look forward to continuing to push this district forward so we can continue to be recognized as not only the best in the state, but the best in the country.
Now, while Hite does acknowledge he went to school with that man, he denies any allegations about the bullying accusations, and he says he'll continue to serve as a superintendent. Guys, back to you.
All right, Michelle Choi, thank you.
Okay, let's check in with Cheetah Craft right now at 4:37. Some rain today, Cheetah, maybe?
Yes, you know what? We have a dry forecast. Let me get the latest radar for you. We have a dry forecast setting up today, but big storms coming in tomorrow, guys. So even though we are starting off dry, it is humid out there. I say dry, but when you walk outside, you're going to say this is not a dry forecast. It's really, really muggy. So cloudy skies this morning. Let me broaden out the radar, though, to give you some scope and perspective. Look at the cold front just to our north. That's producing all of the heavy thunderstorms. I wanted to show you this is all the way into the Great Lakes region as well. So you're going to be hearing about this even on a national level. Even a piece of this is going to hold together and actually swing back into the northeast over the next couple of days. Let me show you how I'm expecting that cold front to affect us tomorrow. So I'll take your hour-by-hour forecast. This is 4 o'clock this afternoon. A few scattered showers rolling in, mainly on the north side. So today I have about a 20% chance before 4 o'clock of an isolated shower. After 4, I've bumped that up to about a 30% chance and a 50% chance once we head into our overnight hours. That will mainly be the case for early tomorrow morning. This is Wednesday, 7 a.m. Notice we're still tracking scattered showers. The cold front is primarily to our northwest. Fast forward to your lunchtime hour. The main line of storms is actually still to our north, but starting to approach areas like College Station, Huntsville, Livingston line. But notice 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we're mainly just tracking scattered showers across the area. Fast forward to the evening hours. This is 10 o'clock Wednesday night. Some of these are going to be once we start to see some of these, we could have some training. And that means where one storm develops over another, and that's when we get our heaviest rainfall rates. So 1 to 3 inches of rain widespread for tomorrow. Today, Darby, it's all about the temperatures. Mid-70s this morning. High temperatures go to the mid to low 80s.
And it looks like tomorrow night just could be quite the storm. But hey, for now, things are just really windy out there. So you can just see all that energy headed towards that front. So, well, the flags are blowing hard. So just keep both hands on the wheel if you would. But traffic's quiet for the most part. So we look over to the east side. So if you travel 225, I-10 or Highway 90, we're checking you out. We'll take you to Highway 90 where it merges with I-10 traffic. You can see here as you head on in towards I-10 or 610, it looks good. And then I-10 making that merge with 610 and 90, all nice and quiet as well. You can see the beautiful moon here starting to set off in the distance. But traffic looks good. Take a look with our Houston TranStar shot, 225 at Goodyear. There is no tail lights. Well, there's some tail lights way up here heading towards the 610 loop. You see it's very quiet on the roadways, and that's the way it should be. Travel times are good. 14 minutes both ways on 225 between 146 and 610. I-10's less than 30 minutes. Grand Parkway to 45, and from Baytown looks good. 90, you saw it. Looks good. 14 minutes. Crosby Lynchburg to I-10.